Hi, everybody. Today we will be doing a strength workout, and we're going to focus a little bit more on abs and legs today. So get ready to work your core in a lot of different ways. And if you have any injuries or if anything hurts, just make sure you take breaks as you need, and also make sure that you're taking in plenty of water and staying hydrated, okay? Let's get started. I have my phone with me because we're going to do everything for time today. So it's not so much about how many you can do, it's more about doing them as best as you can, and we'll go for about 1 minute for each exercise. But let's start out with a good stretch. So we're going to take our feet wide. We're going to inhale, bring our arms up overhead. Exhale, tilt to the right. Inhale, up to center. Exhale, tilt to the left. Inhale, up to center. Exhale, extend down to the floor. Just let your arms hang down, let your head hang down. Relax your face. Just let your arms swing. This should feel really good in the back of the legs, and it should feel really good in between the shoulder blades. Let's bring our hands to our thighs. Back roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders. Let's get some shoulder rolls in here, opening up through the shoulders. You do some nice quick ones, and then bring it forward. And bring our arms out to the side, and let's make some big circles. And change directions. Well done. All right, hands to the hips. We're going to bend the right knee, bring it up to center. Exhale, bend the left knee, bring it up to center. We're just going to shift back and forth. This helps open the muscles in our legs. Make sure you're breathing. And then we're taking it to center. We're going to get started with the legs. So keep our feet right where they are. We want to turn our toes out slightly. Stand up nice and tall. You can bring your hands to center. We're going to bend our knees, sink down as low as we can, and stand up. This is our first round. So you can go as quickly or as slowly as you like, but make sure that you're breathing. So we're dropping down, raising up, keeping our abs tight, keeping our core engaged, keeping our back straight, making sure that we're looking forward. Keep going. You should feel this working in the front of the thighs and maybe also in your glutes. Breathe through it. If you start to get tired, you can also take a break. Anytime you need a break, all you have to do is just stop for a little bit, and you can shake it out, step it out, and then get right back to it. These are called plie squats. So we take a wide stance, and this helps to work the inner thighs. Go ahead and shake it out, step it out. And now we're going to turn to the side. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I want to show you what it looks like from behind. We're going to stand up nice and tall, and we're going into a regular squat. So our feet are hip width apart, our toes are facing forward. We're going to sink down as low as we can and stand back up. But notice I'm pushing my hips backwards and I'm leaning forward. So this is a basic squat. Go ahead and keep doing those. But if you have trouble with it, a good exercise or a good way to help you remember how to do it is to use a chair and actually sit down in the chair and stand up. That's exactly the motion that you need to do when you're doing a squat. That keeps your knees safe and it keeps your back safe. So whether you're using a chair or not using a chair, it's completely up to you. You have about 15 more seconds. Push through the heels. You should feel this in the fronts of your legs, also in your glutes, maybe in your lower back. But it should never hurt. And relax, step it out. I'm going to move this chair out of the way while you take a breather. And now we're doing a lunge. So when we do lunges, we want to make sure that we're standing up nice and tall. We're going to step back with one leg, bend that back knee, and step forward again. Then change legs, bend the back knee, and step forward. Go ahead and get started with these. Alternate sides. But remember, when you're doing a lunge, we want to make sure that when we're at the bottom of the motion, our ear shoulder, hip, and knee are all in alignment. So it makes a straight line. We're standing up tall, pulling our shoulders back, looking forward. You don't have to touch your knee to the floor. You can go right above the floor, and that's okay. You want to also make sure that your front knee does not go past your toes. Let's keep doing these. You should feel your whole leg working for this exercise. This is a great exercise. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and step it out. You can march your feet. We have one more exercise for the legs. So the first exercise we did was a straight lunge. Now we're going to do a side lunge. So we're going to step out to the left foot. Left knee bends as we sink down. Step in. Right knee bends as we sink down. So just alternating sides. From the side, I'm sinking my hips back and leaning forward. And if you're doing it correctly, you can actually reach down and touch your ankle. So you can give that a try. See if you can touch your ankle. That means you're going low enough. Keep going with these. If you want to make it a little bit more difficult, you can add a hop. So you'll hop from one side, hop to the other side. So you can give it a try quickly, or you can go slowly. Again, this isn't about how fast you go. It's about using good form and doing it correctly so we don't get hurt. So if you don't want to go quickly, you don't have to. 10 more seconds. Make sure you're breathing. Three, two, one. Step it out. So that's enough for legs today. Since this is a beginner strength class, we won't get too in-depth with it. But now we want to get down on the mat. So have a seat. Place your feet on the floor. Knees are bent. I'm going to reach my arms forward. I'm going to roll back one vertebrae at a time all the way down to the floor. And now I'm going to roll all the way up. Now you want to try it with a straight leg. So the legs straight will stretch through the backs of our legs. So let's sit up nice and tall, arms overhead, roll all the way back, nice and slow. And then I want you to exhale, and you're going to bring it forward over the toes. So we're inhaling, dropping down, exhaling, power forward. Keep going. This works your whole abdominals, and this is a yoga move. They're called roll-ups. So it's like you're rolling up one vertebrae at a time. It's okay if you reach forward in these. So we might need to use our arms to help us to reach forward. But if that's too easy, you can keep your arms up over your ears the whole time. That makes it a little bit more difficult. So arms up is much harder than going arms forward. So this is what arms forward looks like. So you pick what works for you. But we're done with that exercise. So you should feel your whole abdominal area feel like it's working. So we're going to flip over, drop down on the mat. We're going to reach our arms forward, and we're going to raise both our arms and legs off of the floor. These are called Supermans. So you're raising up and dropping down. This works the whole back. Go ahead and get started whenever you're ready. Get your legs up as high as you can, arms up as high as you can. If this is too hard, you can bring your hands to your lower back and just raise your upper body. This makes it a little easier. So if you need a break, you could try placing your hands on your back and just raising the upper body off of the floor. Just make sure you're always breathing. So we can inhale on the way up, exhale on the way down. And this is kind of like cobra pose in yoga. Let's do 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're going to sit back in child's pose to stretch through the lower back. Give yourself a little bit of a break. And the next exercise we're doing is called a plank. When we do a plank, We're going to start out on our hands and knees, and then one leg at a time, we're going to step back, and we're holding ourselves in place. This is a high plank. In this position, we want to have a flat back. We want to look forward. We're keeping our abdominals tight. Hold it here, hold it steady. Keep your legs nice and straight. Keep looking forward, don't hang your head down. We're trying to make a straight line from the top of our head all the way down to our ankles. Make sure that you're breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down to the knees, sink back, take a deep breath, relax. The next plank we're going to do is a low plank, so we'll be on our forearms. So we're going to drop down to our forearms, our hips are up in the air, and then 1 foot at a time, we're stepping back. Squeeze the shoulder blades, look forward. This is a low plank. Make sure that you're breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Legs are straight. Keep looking forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down to the knees. Sit back into child pose. Deep breath. So we did a high plank, a low plank. Now we're going to do a side plank. When we do a side plank, we're still on our forearm. So our elbow is underneath our shoulder. We're going to straighten our legs. You can also put one leg in front of the other. Try both. See what's most comfortable for you. And when you're ready, we're lifting our hips up off of the floor. So we're going to hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You should feel this in your side. Go ahead and drop down. Now you can either flip over on your mat or you can just change positions. So we're going to do the other side. Elbow under the shoulder, 1 foot in front of the other or feet on top of each other. Raise the hips and we're going to hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Take a deep breath, flipping over again on our mat. So we are laying on our belly. We're going to do a rolling plank. So when we do a rolling plank, we're just changing positions. So we're going to start up, lift your hips. Then we're going to rock to one side, raise the arm, bring it forward, rock to the other side, raise the arm, bring it forward. Keep going. Now, if this is too difficult, you can drop down, bend your knees, and do the same thing from your knees. So it's up to you how you do it. Either way is okay. Go at your own speed. Keep breathing. It's not a race. It's all about good form. Let's do 2 more seconds. And 1. Drop down. We're going to stretch through our abs. So we're placing our hands on the floor. Lift up, look up. That should feel like a nice stretch right in through the abdominals. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And now we're going to flip it back over. So we're laying on our back. Just like we started, feet are bent, arms forward. Let's roll down. Keep your knees bent. Walk your heels back, fingertips to the ears. We're just lifting the shoulders. Drop the shoulders. Lift and drop. If this feels good to you, we're going to add a twist. So we'll go to the right, go to the left, go to the right, to the left. Now, if that feels good, you can add your legs. So we'll bring opposite knee to opposite elbow, left, right. Now, if that feels like too much, you can go back to a regular crunch. But go ahead, keep going with whichever ab exercise you choose. So you can do bicycles, you can go right, left, right, left, or you can do just a basic crunch. Lift the shoulder blades, lower the shoulder blades. Completely up to you. Whatever you do is fine. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. Put your arms down on the floor. We're lifting our feet up to the ceiling. Slowly as we exhale, drop the heels down to the floor, and then inhale, raise it up. Go ahead and get started. Now, if that's too difficult or your lower back hurts, you can place your hands on your lower back to give yourself a little extra support, or you can bend your knees and just tap the toes to the floor. So those are some other ways that you can do it. Go ahead and do it however you wish. You still have 15 seconds, raising it up, lowering it down. Make sure that you breathe. Inhale and exhale. 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet down to the floor. Our final exercise for today, we're working our glutes and our lower back. So our hands are going to stay on the floor. Our heels are in towards close to our behind. We're going to lift the hips as high as you can and drop it back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. These are called hip bridges. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. This strengthens the lower back and also the glutes. Keep going. You've got 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull the knees into the chest. Stretch through the lower back, rock side to side. Then let's roll up. So we're in a seated position. We're going to sit with our knees crossed. We're going to inhale up, exhale to the right. Inhale up, exhale to the left. Inhale up, extend forward. Take a deep breath here, stretching through the legs, stretching through the hips. Bring your hands to your knees, back roll up, give yourself a few shoulder rolls. We use our shoulders when we do planks, so it's good to keep them loose, change directions. We're going to do a twist, so we're going to twist to the right, look over your right shoulder. Twist to the left, look over your left shoulder. Bring it back to center. And if you liked this class, you can actually go through this another round. So we did 1 round of every exercise. We worked our legs, our abs, and our lower back, which is known as our core. And you can go through this 2 rounds, 3 rounds, it's up to you. But since this is a beginner day, we're focusing on 1 round. Hopefully you found an exercise that you enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.